Oh man, they're all crying over an empty grave. Oh, sorry, mate. Did your friend there die? Unfortunately, for whatever reason, the memorial is empty. At any rate, welcome back here to the Oxygen Not Included. Today we've got some brand new stuff to play with because the recent automation update has just released here. We're already researching Sweepy over here because we definitely want to try that out. There, now we're researching Sweepy. And we have a few mods that unfortunately have not been updated, so we got a little bit of cleanup work. Unfortunately, my big battery is gone, although I think we're working on that one right now. And my high flow liquid tanks are gone. Oh no! So we've got a few things that we need to bring back. However, I did remember, finally, the deconstruct mod, so I can get rid of this light fixture up here, finally. So that's gonna happen. Essentially, today's plan here is to recover some of the liquid stuff and get that up and running here and finish up our cooling down here. So that'll be real nice. Oh, hey, it looks like that thing took place of the last mod. I didn't even have to rebuild it. Nice. So that right there is the thermal electric generator. It's just not the translated version of it. So in case you were using that mod, the mod that it came from is updated. Who's on fire now? Hopefully nobody. All right, so I've got some things. Ah, that's right. Here's what we can do here with the brand new mod. We've got this hydro sensor right here, and I was saying we can automate the vent. Now, this isn't the vent that we want to automate. We can get rid of this one. But if we go over here and we use the liquid vent now, and we place it right there, right where I have a pipe running, then we can actually automate the vent and get rid of the liquid that way. I'm so glad the ice box is back. Man, I would have lost like 113,000 calories if that thing was not updated. All right, let's take a look here. What else needs to be corrected here? Because there's a fair amount of things that are not. The liquid reservoir. Oh, darn it, we only have the boring version. I missed the high flows already. That's all right. We can put down several of these liquid tanks over here. Just like so. And here's where I can plug a brand new mod idea. Yeah. So I was thinking about a manifold mod. I think that would be kind of cool where you have, it's not a tank, but it allows you to have multiple inputs and multiple outputs that balance the flow. Think about it, see what I'm throwing down? So that way you can do things like a liquid reservoir, high flow liquid reservoir system, but without the high flow tank. It's an idea, just tossing it out there. I know everybody's already done a lot of work over the weekend, but hey, now you got more work if you really want to. Making multi-in and multi-out is not fun. If anybody can do it, I believe in you, Hexicube. That's what my boss used to tell me. And then I would have a massive headache for days. I'm not your boss, though. All right, so... Wow, that's running incorrectly. Essentially what I got going on here, it doesn't seem to be anything right, but what I'm trying to do is set up this liquid vent right here, because you can now automate that and then turn off the vent. So that is a perfect setup for what we have right down here. If we detect a little bit too much water, we can get rid of it. But what I really want to have down here is nice polluted water, or so we say polluted oxygen coming out of the bottles. So we don't want to have too much clean water flowing down into this area. There might be some more mesh tile stuff that we need to do down here. But all right, let's talk about another thing I need down here. Ooh, I'm gonna have to do this number. We were building this last time. And now it's backward. When have I ever built one of those things backwards? Oh, you can't flip them. You know what was one of the other things that they did that I think is absolutely awesome, and we didn't really talk about it, but in the plumbing overview, you should be able to go down here and actually pick stuff. You don't have to go out of this menu, this overlay, just to do things. That right there is some nice quality of life. Thank you, Clay. All right, what else we got going on here? Ooh, this game really wants me to ranch puffs. I keep getting more puffs. All right, we also need to keep digging down here. There's some algae. There's also a salt geyser down here. There's a cold steam vent down here, and there's even more algae down there. So let's keep digging down. I'm going to try to excavate some of this area, and we'll try to provide a little bit of oxygen down in this area. Notice that all of the gas down here is carbon dioxide. So if I go over to my food, then we're going to pick up planter box. We're going to crank up the priority on this one. Throw down a couple of planter boxes. And this way we should be able to use some of our oxyferns that we have laying around now to provide us with little pockets of oxygen as we move down. Hopefully. Advanced caffeination technology. All right, how are we doing? Down here, we've already got our planter boxes built. Let's go ahead and throw a couple of oxyfern seeds down there. This should give us a little bit of oxygen. Ooh, got a lot of people looking for oxygen down here. I don't think we're producing quite as much oxygen. Oh yeah, see this was under liquid for a while, so we lost our main oxygen production for a good amount of time there. It's scaring me down here. All right, we need to give ourselves some more oxygen down low. Okay, I'm just gonna put this little, gonna just try to make a little spot of oxygen, just a safe spot. That way my dupes don't suffocate while they're trying to go down and explore this area. All right, what else is broken? Oh, that's what. We don't have the power for the petroleum generator anymore, which means we don't have the smart battery. Yeah, we lost a fair amount of that. All right, so we're not too far away from getting this thing up and running. That should help us at least get down here. You can see that they unfortunately cannot reach that spot all the way down there, and they end up dropping a whole bunch of seeds right down here at the bottom of the ladder. Hey, you know what? At least they're close. There you go. Here's a little bit of automation for you too, because we have so much iron, apparently. What was it? Oh, that's right. We queued up all of these radiant pipes. That's what's sucking them all down. And we don't have any water to running to the tank. Oh man, trying to get everything back up and running here is a pain in the butt. Oh, no! No dupes! Let me guess, that is not running. Why is that not running? Pipe blocked. Please build my liquid reservoir. You couldn't be further away. Where are you going, Hassan? Are you kidding me? Oh, no. Now I'm a little worried. Okay. All right, at least we have oxygen there. Huh. I did have a mechatronics engineer. They died. So I think that's Quark's job now. Well, you're working your way up there, Quark. Unless Jake can do it. What about you, Davy boy? What are you doing? I don't know yet, so have some research. All right, so now that I've got this liquid vent set up here, even though it's kind of incredibly hard to figure out what's going on there, I have this set to say, as long as this is below 1 kilogram, then we can bring in more water. Maybe even just below 0. 0.1, does that work? Okay, good. I don't need you to deliver. Stop. Disable auto repair, disable disinfect. Wait a minute, why can't I disable delivery? Is that no longer an option? They removed that option. What? Well, we'll see what happens here. So with this pipe up and running, yes, we should see that we're going to get some water flowing in there. That'll be good. I think we have way too many mixed waters down there, so let's go ahead and just mop this up real quick. Oh, no! Who's died? Hassan! No! You were old. And Ren also died of old age. Thank you, dupes. Thank you for your service. May you return to the soil and come back as meal ice. F in chat. Absolutely. Remember the dupes. Air. Oh no! Tess! You're frozen, Tess! You're mourning forever. You have chosen to be still. Oh no. Here we go again. Man, this mod does not like deaths for old age. So far, the game's aired out on every old age death, yes. Boo is right. Old age mod, where your game dies along with your dupes. This is why I only have mods that are installed that at least makes reloading this a little faster. And we're back! For now, I don't know if this is gonna air out again though. We had 2 go down. Where did their corpses go? They just vanished. This is still assigned to Ren, who's no longer with us. Don't worry, everything's working fine. Yeah, I might have to abandon this mod. It's cool. I think it adds a lot to the game, but if I have to do this every like 3 cycles, it's not gonna take me too long before I'm fed up with it. All right, so technically we're down to 10 dupes. I think we're doing all right for a little while. Every time a dupe dies, we have a horrible error and we have to restart the game. All right, so what are we still missing around here? Because everything is like having issues. Liquid's doing okay. Now that we have that back up and running, so I can disable these. The oxygen is back online. You can see that we have way too much of it now. Oh my goodness, 9 kilograms worth. This wash basin is killing my dupes time. I might actually just get rid of it. Then this thing might be germy. Might have to find a better spot to do our cooking. Let's see here. The liquid tanks over here have still not been built up, so we're not able to build up any more petroleum. That's kind of a bummer. So let's fix that real quick. Yeah, see, this is just... I disabled delivery, and now you can see how it's just consuming my dupes time. Like, way too much. Oh, dude, that isn't gonna work. I didn't look at the temperatures down here. This is like 80 degrees. Holy moly. Dupes. You know what we completed? We completed the sweepy dock. Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and try that out. We also have solid management that I'm going to start researching because that will be awesome. So now, where should I put a little sweepy? I think I've seen a good spot for it. That should possibly be right here. Whatever tab that dude's under. There it is, utilities. Although that does take up space, doesn't it? It's not like I'm gonna leave the door open for these pips to just run out. Oh. Sorry if today is just like me standing here looking at like a constant row of things that are broken. I mean, that's what this episode was always gonna be. Okay, I guess I have to do the Atmos suit. Unfortunately, the heat down there is too hot. Unless I can relocate this oxygen diffuser all the way down there, but then it's still hot. Like, my biggest restriction right now is the fact that I just can't make iron fast enough. All right, anyhow, let's bring in another dupe. Who do we have? Dodo, welcome to the base. Thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter. You can have Ren's old bed. Then I have a loop. This is what I'm trying to get done today, right? So all of the coolant will flow in here, then it flows out there. Of course, this loop is going to be different. If the temperature is low enough, then we will feed it back in. If the temperature is too hot, then it's going to continue to go around here and then back. So what I need to do is interrupt this flow in order for the return line to go in there successfully, because I no longer have the tank to do so. So that means I want to do this number, just like that. Oh no! Here we go again. Minion! Old age! It's gonna happen again, isn't it? So there goes Minion. Minion is now being picked up and delivered. So, okay, here's what's happening. All of these duplicants keep getting delivered to the exact same Tasteful Memorial, but the Tasteful Memorial is never occupied. So that's where this error is coming from. Rest in peace, Minion. Thanks for showing us the problem. So how do we get around that one? Just have no memorials anywhere, just leave them laying on the ground? All right, so here's what we're going to try to do to avoid breaking the game. We're going to disable the graves. Not disable, we're going to deconstruct them. And maybe that will keep the game from crashing. We might just have to build a new Tasteful Memorial every time. We're digging you up, Nuffy. Oh. Apparently you died and became research. Wait a minute, here we go. There we go, our old dupes. Maybe. Although you're oddly taller than, yeah, we did some weird things. Don't worry about it. Okay, what were we going to do? So distracted today. What we're trying to do is get this thing up and running. Finally. Redsum is building the wallpaper. This episode would not be complete without some wallpaper. Mr. Turtle, you know you got a spot for those pips, right? What are you dupes doing? What, seriously. Crude oil? That's what this is all about. I mean, at least they're trying. Pending deliveries. Nobody's delivering to the rock crusher. Okay, good. Thank you, Mr. Turtle. It's really not your job, but at least somebody's doing it. Phoebe, welcome to the base. Oh, man, we got too much water. There we go. I'll try to fix that problem before it gets out of hand here. Still waiting on iron. Do I gotta, like, priority police this thing or what? Whose job is operating? Oh, my operator died. Ah, this is kicking my butt. Things you don't think about until you start using this mod where your duplicants constantly roll over. Always need one person for each job, and then another person that you're building up for that same job. Just like in real life. Yes, just like in real life. The temps seem to be all right. It's not too bad. It's a little warm up here, but I think it's okay. This room is quite hot. Same with that water. We could probably get a lot of power out of that water if we just suck the heat out of it. There's been a lot of little things that have really held up this episode. We had a lot of delivery to the algae terrariums that I wasn't expecting. Just has to do with how that delivery thing was changed. We also have a lot of things that were happening over here with the crude oil, bringing that up to this emptier. So that happened as well. What to use as coolant? Water would be a good use right down here, especially like polluted water, because it has a nice temperature range. Although, kind of a fan of using petroleum just because it can get so hot, which is pretty useful when you're dealing with steel. This down here, though, is not in the same environment that I would like it to be. Right now, it's got some low pressure carbon dioxide. I would like to have some hydrogen in here. That should at least hopefully make that somewhat possible. It's going to really come down to, I think, the hydrogen and the ability to transfer from the pipes to that. Which on this map, we don't have gold amalgam, it seems, right? We got a little bit, but not much. 2,140 kilograms. So I'm kind of stuck with iron for right now. Here we go again with the Duplinko. What are you after? Sand? Okay. All right, so this episode's been a little bit difficult thus far. We've had a number of crashes as far as all the duplicants that have died down here. I've had to restart the game every single time. So we're going to avoid any sort of tombstones down here. So if the dupes die from old age, right now my only plan is to leave them on the ground. That will at least keep me from having to reload the game all the time. The other thing is I'm also going to try to get rid of some of this Plinko stuff here. It's absolutely killing the productivity of my dupes. And we're also going to disable all of these machines because they no longer really work as intended. So get rid of all that, take this, put it to 0, and that should take care of that area. There's plenty of water here in order to produce oxygen. Look at that, 12.9 tons of it. Look at that, there's even more of it right there. I think there's probably around 100 tons of water down here. Next up, we need to dig into some biomes here so that we can actually build the exosuit forge. That's going to be real important. Same thing with this and the suit. But that means we need reed fiber. So where in the world can we get some reed fiber? There's not a lot of it on this map. I think there's one spot I've seen right here that's close by. But notice this. I no longer have somebody that has the skills capable of digging that area out. This age mod really does make the game quite a bit more difficult. You spend so much time building up your dupes, and then all of a sudden they're gone. And in this case, like, all of my starting dupes left, which is a nice way of putting it. Oh, hang on, I could probably deconstruct this stuff. Yeah, here we go. All right, good. I can use that copper now for production. Awesome. All right, so another thing I want to do here is we want to obviously get some oxygen into this Atmosuit dock. So how do we make sure that we only get oxygen in there? You really don't. You need a filter if you want to do that sort of thing. All right, so I have enough to get my hands on some oxygen. The problem is I don't want to get polluted oxygen. I just want the clean stuff. And maybe this right here is a good spot to get the clean stuff. Maybe that's not a good spot. Tell you what, I think that's going to be as good a spot as any. No, that's going to be carbon dioxide. Can't go with that spot. How about right there? And then we can use a little gas element sensor right in front of that to detect and make sure that what we are bringing in is indeed oxygen, hopefully. This has worked out all right in the past with this little fan over here. So I'm hoping that'll work out. Now, as far as duplicants that are going to be skilled enough to go up here and dig, who actually has 3 skill points that can do that? Meep, you do. Mr. Turtle does. And you have exosuit wearing here. So, ooh, that is a high, darn it, you don't have enough. Oops, sorry. Let me go ahead and give that to Tess here. You can go ahead and do that super hard digging. Somebody else can do the cooking. Good job, Tess. Now head back up there, please. We need to harvest this. Enable auto harvest, 9. And we're definitely gonna have to sweep those up. I know there's a fair amount of comments talking about sweeping everything up. So yes, hopefully by removing some of this Plinko stuff here, we'll kind of be able to clean the base up just a little bit. Okay, I also put a butcher station down here next to the generator. This is down here in the chlorine, so when we have extra snakes and whatnot, this is where we go and they turn into meat. So just like that. We can take that and then we can cook it up over here on the grill, which probably needs to be relocated to the right just a little bit. And then when we cook on that, we can actually just open the floor up, drop everything down, boom, there we'd have it. Ooh, time for another duplicant. Oh, 7 athletics and a night owl, but you can't do cooking. I'm fine with that. Danny boy, welcome to the base. All right, so my new strategy here is to take a look at our skills. And you can see right here, I have around 11 jobs. There's actually 12. So I should have pretty much double that number at any time in my base. That way I have one dupe that's already mastered the job and the next dupe that's coming up behind them, which is learning the job. So if I have one dupe for every job, then I think we should be set. Right now I can only house about 13 dupes, so I still need to bump that up to around 22. Maybe a little bit more if we get more rockets, but I'm not really planning to do a ton of rockets on this base. How did you end up over here, man? What? I blocked this off. I said don't go through that door. Dodo, what are you doing? Come on back inside, Dodo. Oh man, this is the guy that's in charge of our research. Here, research glass. We definitely need glass. All right, there we go. We finally have access to this point. There is some germs up here, so we have to be careful of that. I think it won't be a problem because we kind of have a liquid lock right here. But then again, if we do pick up this slime, then that might be an issue. Let me disable slime as an option. So I actually really like the idea of trying to run this whole base off of like algae and whatnot. There's actually a piece of equipment that we don't really use that much anymore, and that is the Algae Distiller. So what you do there is you use up 600 grams per second of slime, and then that produces 200 grams a second of algae, which we can then use to produce a lot of our oxygen. We also get a little bit of polluted water out of it. So that, combined with what we're already doing down here, is actually kind of a cool system. And as you can see, it's already producing quite a bit of oxygen. So it'd be kind of crazy to see just how far we can go with that. Okay, we definitely need a couple suits here. 300 kilograms of iron, which I don't have. Aluminum, copper, apparently we don't have enough of that. Darn it. Need this resource. Let's go ahead and deconstruct this thing. We don't need that just yet. Come on, dupes, move a little faster. All right, so we got that gas pump up and running, so it's moving oxygen down there. Yes, sweet. It's only doing that at 200 grams, that's okay. Actually, we can do this number now. Set that to that, set this to vacancy, boom. And now we can go in that door. We don't have to worry about going out of it because the checkpoint holds that door closed. Yes, there we go, Atmo suit. Boop. Danny boy, where are you going? Okay, where I want you to go is right down here. Just keep digging down. Okay, Dodo, no, see everybody just keeps running down here again. I only want my digger to go through there. So only Tess can go through. Although Tess is already down there without a suit, that's a bright idea. Dupe, hey, there we go, now we got 2 suits. All right, Meep, I'm also going to give you the super hard digging tools there. Really? Where are all of you going? Okay, they just really like to pick up sand, don't they? All right, here goes Meep. He's kind of an elderly dupe at this point, minus 35 attributes to things, but he's trying to make it work. Ooh, and he's got food poisoning as well. Just hold on, Meep, you can do it. Yeah, there we go, making some progress. And then right down here, this unknown thing looks like it might just be, well, I already deleted that, but it might just be another neural vacillator, which is why I'm sending you down here, Meep. Come on, buddy. You need to get there quick. What is your skill? What's your 178, dude? You got 2 cycles. Come on, man. Actually, this is the do or die work schedule, Meep. Your life depends on it. No, Meep, where you going? Oh, you have a full bladder. Toggle red alert, deconstruct, buildings, priority level please, those ladders. There you go, Meep. I think somebody might want to come down here and rebuild this. Don't worry, there's oxygen down here. You'll be fine. Just keep digging, Meep. Just keep digging. Where you going, dude? No, you don't get to sleep. You don't get to sleep at all. I know you're narcoleptic. Oh, there he goes. Hey, now you're relieved. Now you don't have to, worry about that. Danny boy's got this. Come on, Meep. You got this, bud. Just a little bit more. You'll get there. Okay, here we go. We're nearly there. All right, Meep. Quick, jump on the neural vacillator before it floods, dude. All right, so here's hoping he ends up with immortality. Come on, bud. Come on. Immortal! Yes! This duplicant will no longer age or suffer the side effects. Sweet! What just happened? No! Did my dupes... Oh, no! Ransom! No! You were building the ladder! Oh, no. And now my dupes are frozen in place. Meep, you might have gained immortality, but poor Ransom over here. I was just trying to get in on the action. Oh, and we can't bury him. Ooh. Alright, Meep, so how are your stats doing? You got soiled suit, you're hungry, you're mourning, you got a full bladder, but you're immortal. All attributes plus 1,000%? Well that's pretty awesome. Excavation is now 206. You've officially become Super Meep. Something good happened. Now I gotta reload my game. Okay, how are the mods doing? We're okay. How's the save file doing? Loading up like 5 gigs of save. Because I literally have 5 gigs of save going on in my game. Alright, there we go. Please work, please don't be broken. We came so far just to gain immortality, only to lose the game. Nope, we're alright. And there we go, a couple of ladders have been built up. Look at me go. Ooh, now we got some more mopping to do, but... Ooh, and it's cascading too. Alright, well that's some good news. We definitely didn't get far enough to run our metal refinery, but at least we had a good outcome with Meep. I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling really conflicted the whole time here, thinking that he was gonna die, and I was gonna have to make some sort of super sad video, and then at the same time thinking everybody would leave because Meep died. But no, it didn't happen. He's still with us. We made it, just in the nick of time. And you know what? I think I'm gonna leave the video right there, because that's a good note to end on. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Oxygen Not Included. If this looks like the channel for you, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. As always, stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out. Oh, and in the meantime here, between this episode and the next episode, we're gonna dig up some of these Plinko tiles. Like, there is just way too many of these going on here. I'm also gonna get some new pip rules. Driving me nuts. And apparently install, and install a filter, apparently. Because that's not working. Look at Super Meep go! Boom! That is beautiful. Alright, I gotta let you go. See ya.